y'all, it's Monarch Mama, and today I want to talk to you a little bit more about high school and how we get our socialization in our high school. I know that's a big question about some people that are worried about homeschooling their children. So there's a few different ways that we do that, and today I want to talk about 4 of them. One of them is through our co-op, and one of them is through dances and social events that we have in our local homeschool group. And the third one is through some sports that we could play. And then the last one is through a band that we participate in, a band, a choir, and a drama group that we participate in. So the first one is our co-op classes. We've done a variety of things over the years that we've been homeschooling, and for high school particularly, we get together with a group of moms and we have a science co-op where we meet together and do labs, and that's one way that they get to meet with their friends every week. This year is a little bit different. We have a smaller science co-op, and it's going to be meeting at my house. So if you are wanting to create something like that for your child, then I would get with some other moms that are teaching the same thing that you are, and maybe you're not comfortable teaching it, but maybe you can volunteer your home to have the meeting at. The second way that we are able to get our kids to be with other kids for social events is the prom. Our local homeschool group puts on a prom every year. Probably for the last 5 years. When we were starting our science co-op, there was a young girl that wanted to do a prom that year, and so her mom and some of the other moms got together and we made a committee together, and we decided that we would put together a prom. So all we did was we went to one of our local community centers and we rented out the facility for the night. We put together a committee that could be a decorating committee. We assigned someone to collect the tickets and the money for to pay for the hall, and to that she would keep track of who all was coming, how many we had coming, and make sure that we were limited, because I think we were limited to like 120 or maybe 110. It depends on the size of the room. And then we had a committee that was the decorating committee, and then we had some volunteers that would bring, I think everybody brought maybe a sweet or something, some chips or a snack that we could have there at the dance. And then we had another mom in our group that would be in charge of selecting the music for the group. And it really just depends on what you have available in your group. So maybe you have somebody in your local group that does music, and I'm talking about like not singing, but music, like they have a computer and they have amps, they have something they can set up so that you can have nice dance music at your event. So really you just need to get together with some of the other moms in your group and decide who has the skills that can get these things done, or maybe you know of somebody in your, maybe those moms have a contact with somebody in their church or something, that they have a connection with somebody that can help you put this thing together. So that was one of the things that we did that was fun, and it's kept going. So each year it gets bigger and bigger. Of course, there is a larger group in a large city that's nearby that they put a prom on every year, and it's a big deal, but it's really quite expensive. So one of the benefits of doing it together, that we were able to keep the costs down and keep control over what it is that we wanted, the music we wanted played, and security and things like that. Another one of our moms in our group, she volunteered her barn for a fall barn dance every year. So we were able to go to her house and play the music we wanted to and dance on her barn floor. It was a lot of fun. We had cookout, we had roast marshmallows, and it was just a lot of fun. And I'm sure that your homeschool group does some of those things every year to to get together and just have some family fun. So that's one of the other ways that our kids get to connect with other kids that they're friends that they know, but maybe some others that they haven't met yet through other friends. All right, the third way that our kids socialize is through sports. We don't actually participate in sports anymore, but we have in the past. So one year my daughter wanted to play volleyball, and there were a couple other girls that wanted to play volleyball as well. So one of the moms happened to know a girl that taught volleyball or had taken volleyball. Somehow she wanted to coach the girls. So that's what we did. We got together, we ordered t-shirts, we named the team, and she would teach the girls how to play volleyball once a week at a local gym at one of the churches that was in our area. So they were able to get together, practice volleyball, and she got in contact with one of the local Christian schools, and we were able to have scrimmages with that school and actually participate in volleyball together. And it was a lot of fun. And we also participate in some other, my boys are both in Scouts, and so they've been able to do physical activity through their scouting program. So maybe you haven't, let's see. So really I just want to tell you that maybe you don't have an organized sport like football or something like that your kids can participate in connection with the school, but there might be somebody that you know that maybe does tennis. Maybe they can take tennis lessons, or maybe they can participate in a group sport that is not connected with the school, like one of the specialty sports, specialty teams for baseball or something like that. So the last thing that I'd like to tell you about is the band and choir and drama group that we are able to participate in. About 45 minutes away from where we live, there is a co-op that meets, and they teach band, they teach choir, and they teach drama. So we are able to go and participate in that, and because I have some music background, I am able to help by teaching one of the classes in the lower levels. I teach the elementary choir there. But they have from little bitty kids all the way up to graduating seniors. So my children are able to go and sing with the choir, and they're able to go and play in a concert band, and they're able to participate in drama. So they don't have to choose which one they want to do. They can participate in all three of the events. That's one of the benefits of this co-op, is that that we're able to get all of those things done in one day. So we come together one day a week. We practice at home during the week. We come together and we're able to sing together and play together once a week. And at the end of the 15-week semester, we have a concert. And we do that twice a year. And my kids really, really enjoy that, and they really look forward to doing that every Friday. So maybe you don't have that in your area, but maybe you have some private lessons that your child might be able to take some classes and learn how to play an instrument. And maybe there's some other kids in your area that are doing the same thing. Maybe you have a choir director at your church, or a orchestra director at your church that might be willing to get together and form some kind of a youth band that can play for your church. Maybe it's just an ensemble that can play at your church. Maybe it's maybe you have a group of kids that like to do acting, and you could organize and get together that group of children and direct them in putting on a play somewhere. Maybe it could be at one of your local churches. For our drama group, we are able to put a play on in a real theater at one of our local community theaters. And we don't have to charge tickets for it. All the families come, and it's just a really good time, and we have a fellowship afterwards. So really what I want to do is inspire you to think about creative ways that you can make things happen for your child. So maybe you don't have these opportunities at the place that you live, but maybe you could organize some of them. Part of being a parent is trying to provide opportunities for your children to do the things that God has called them to do. If they're really good at these things, hopefully you can find a way that you can either organize it or find an organization that provides this in your area. So I hope this has helped you some. Maybe it's giving you some ideas for something you might want to put together in your area. So y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.